1, 2, 3, 4.
GetCrack. Wake up, motherfucker. Wake up, motherfucker.
Yo, what's up? Late night edition. Looks like oil's exploding. Holy shit. All right, we got to worry about tomorrow. Eric, I recommend you sell in the morning. I think you got to sell it. You got to sell all that shit. This pop probably will not last. This is insanity. There's no way any politician will allow it to stay up this high. It has to pull back. So sell now whatever you got, and then we'll come back later. Later in the week, we have to look at which of these things will be good, because if any politician leaves it at 120, you will have a total disaster in politics. This is not going to be good. This is the highest increase in history. Yes, worse than the 70s, if you can believe that. So this is not going to last. There's no way. There's no way the U.S. government's going to keep this high. I mean, if you keep it this high for a month, even 2 months, guess what's going to happen in the summer? You're going to see $6 gasoline prices even in the East Coast. I mean, in the West Coast, good luck to ya. I probably will never drive over the summer, or some, I don't know. We have to be very selective. We probably could be getting $8 out here if this UK is going to be like $10 a gallon equivalent. So that's like 2 pounds a liter. And we're not even talking about natural gas, okay? Luckily, the US has its own natural gas. Europe is screwed. If natural gas stays this high too, that's it. If there's a hot summer over there, their economy is going to collapse at this point. Great year. Good luck to y'all. But yeah, get out for now. That's my advice. And we'll come back and see which which stocks to get. I think we can pick out some winners here. All right, we could pick out some better winners, and then I'll have to decide. Okay, Eric, like, do we do Gush? Do we do WTIU, NRGU, OilU, a mixture of a combination of those leverage ETFs? I'll have to figure that out when we pull back and see which one wins. Well, I consider this a long position, so no, you should get out. No, I don't, dude. No. Don't leave it there. If any politician does something to fix this issue, you don't want to be around when it happens. Like yeah, it's too overextended. You gotta come back later. This is way out of the norm. Okay, way out of bounds. Not something that's sustainable. There's no way it should be sustainable. Yeah. I mean, unless the politicians are really dumb and just let it keep climbing to 160, 180. My target was 180, right, over time. But come on, this is not even a real war. We're not even fighting China, so I don't understand why you would just let it stay that high, unless you're totally insane. I mean, it could be. I mean, maybe they are insane. I don't know. Maybe the people running the show is insane. I mean, it depends on Bibi Netanyahu, right? So here we go. Here's the tweet here. Yeah. World is now experiencing the largest oil supply shock in history, losing nearly 20 million barrels of oil supply per day. Top oil supply shocks. So right now we are 20 million barrels per day. This is what we're losing here. We lost 20 million barrels per day. Iranian Revolution was just 5.5 million barrels per day lost. That was 1978. Yom Kippur War 1973 was just a loss of 4.5 million. Iraq-Kuwait War 1990, 4.3 million. Iran-Iraq War 1980, 4 million. And Russian-Ukraine War was just a paltry 2 million barrels a day. So, and we had problems during that. Of course, we did have increasing interest rates, so that didn't help either. This time around, we kind of have steady interest rates, but Jerome Powell, when he meets at the Fed for the Fed meeting this month, he could do an FU to Trump and just raise interest rates preemptively before his new replacement comes in. You know, he could just do that, and that might destroy the whole market. So if oil is still like at 80 to 100 barrel like dollars a barrel, and he just does that, yeah, we're gonna raise interest rates now. Bye. Oh yeah, great, good one, boy. Yeah, the market will just tank. Current supply shock is roughly the same size as the top 2 to 6 combined. So imagine that 2 to 6 of these combined equals equals the Hormuz closure right now. Great, great. So many tankers. Yes. So watch the morning stream. I cover the tankers and the Hormuz closure stuff. Yeah, I totally see Pal. I mean, that's pretty fucked up. That's pretty like you just do something personal like that. I mean, there's reasons to do it because if you preemptively increase interest rates, you kind of like head off the inflation issue, right? But essentially, you just don't care about unemployment rising anymore. Uh, that means like you just care about the stagflation uh, issue here. So that's the right play to make when you do stagflation. You have to raise interest rates. So even if unemployment is rising, the labor market does look weak. I don't know where it's going to go in the future, though, right now. But as we see from the cycle charts, based on sunspot data, yeah, we should have increasing unemployment into 2027. So that's not going to be good. And that would explain why Warren Buffett and all these guys are in cash right now. So I think that explains all that. A lot of people have been in cash. So this is what I presented this morning was this, right? And I've shown this chart a few times already uh, in other streams. Yeah. Warren Buffett's all in cash. I mean, Warren Buffett's retired, but yeah, when he left the position, he left a lot of cash. So Berkshire Hathaway's cash reserves reach 382 billion. So they're all in treasury bills. They're all collecting 4 to 5% interest. So 4 to 5% interest. Who cares? You know, I might as well stay safe. 4 to 5% is cool with me when I got 382 billion, right? Like that might not sound a lot to you when you've only got like maybe 100K in your bank account or some shit, or 10K, or even like $1,000. But hell, for a rich person, a real rich person, that's fine. That's perfect. There's no risk to it too. You get 4 to 5%. That's pretty much the range of inflation is 3, right? 3% right now. Two something to 3 something%. Then yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. You basically collect 2% of profit over the year. And you can see this money market funds swell to 8.2 trillion. So it's not only Warren Buffett, it's a lot of other people too that have just parked themselves in cash uh, and never bought any tech companies. I suppose they've just been waiting it out. They've all been waiting for the big crash to come. So when is that big crash, right? Everybody's waiting for it. I'm just chilling here. Yeah, I missed out on Palantir. I missed out on a whole bunch of other stuff, but I'm still, or they could just be, hey, it's time to buy some oil companies, right? All this cash parked out here, they might as well jump into oil and all that. Why not? Fuck everything else. So, but I would warn that like for this week, I wouldn't be that bearish. I think the market will just bounce out of any kind of news. It will bounce because too many people are probably thinking like, oh, let's short it, let's short, bro. You should have shorted like a month ago the market, and now you should have been exiting into Friday. That's what I was doing. Anything I was doing last week, from last week into this week, is just like I'm out, done. Don't short no more. Nothing is short. Go long on oil or just stay out in cash. Okay. So this is what we have here, energy. So exploration and production for last week was 5%, and you can see pipelines 2.28%, and integrated oil and gas 0.13%. This is why UwU didn't do that well, because it was like mostly in this stuff, integrated oil and gas, and some oil equipment and services. Gush is more distributed throughout. You can see oil equipment and services, the refineries, they suffered negative 7.48%. And I explained that refineries need oil now. They can't wait and buy future oil. So they have to eat those expensive prices. Everyone else doesn't care. They make the oil, or they can hold off on cheaper oil, so they don't care, right? They're not going to get affected. But refineries that need to get the oil to make gasoline and diesel, they will suffer. So that's the problem we see now. So there's a bifurcation here between the two sets. So if we look at exploration and production, right? Let's look at here. Exploration production. You see, we have these small caps, look like these penny stocks, essentially, of oil and gas. Like they shot up 300%. I probably would not be playing them. Okay, I'll be looking for more sustainable gains here. So let's go down. Let's look at some of these. We might be looking at more of these guys here when we so when oil pulls back, I want to see which one of these perform the best, and then this one I'll just stuff in the portfolio. That's what we're gonna do. So for the people waiting for the boomer portfolio, this is the time. This is what I was waiting for. Everything starts crashing, pushing stocks down. I want to see which one goes down the least, or which one actually stays flat or tries to gain. So this is what I'm going to be looking at, right? These type of stocks right here. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be researching for this week. And let's see what else we got. We got pipelines, so natural gas and gasoline. I mean oil. So pipelines. So some of these probably will be good to get. Grab a few, and then we'll do integrated oil and gas, which are the big boys, right? We had one report earnings from Brazil, Petroleo Brasileiro, and we got Phillips 66. Okay, very good. We got Marathon, perfect. This is my favorite so far. And Equinor also does. I think they also do shipping of oil, so that might be good. EQNR. All right. So these might be good to grab. Okay, yeah. All right, that's it for that. Let me see anything else. Let's see. Rare earth, lithium. No, lithium crashed with everything else last week. Let's see. Defense companies from Europe. No, 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 no. They only the one that reported earnings. Italian Leonardo DRS was the one that did the best out of all of them. So that one will probably go into the portfolio. Now aluminum. Disappointing. Aluminum did spike, so only one of them kind of did okay. CENX. So Alcoa did not follow, so that's not good. So I guess I think Norsk Hydro, this European one, also was in the news because they do a lot of work with the Qatar making aluminum, so they have things over there. This one only 1.4%, but yeah, aluminum is going up, and if war continues to continue on, and people are thinking about more wars in the future, yeah, aluminum should be a long-term play, and I'll have to see which one of these we want to get. I think there's a Kaiser aluminum too. I don't think that did well. I'll have to put that on the list. And yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. Okay, let's look at the Hindenburg. Hindenburg Omen. I mentioned this earlier in the morning stream, I think. This one says crash time. Okay, we had this signal in November. We kind of were about to crash, and then we bounced back. So no go there. This time around, you think it's going to be safe, or we really are going to crash? I wonder. So maybe this time, this signal will come through and be correct. Have a crash. You can see like it already predicted the COVID crash, then 2018 Q4 crash. Some of these were false signals. This one was like, oh, it's just, and then okay, it signaled again, then it crashed. So this was like a pump and then dump kind of signal over here. This time around, I don't think we're pumping. I think we're done. I don't think we're pumping. Yeah. But this week, I think there will be a save. Somebody will try to save the market for a little while, but that's just going to delay the problems into the following week. Oracle will report earnings in um, in Tuesday after the close. That's the only major tech earnings that we have to worry about. Okay, Oracle. Everything else is not blah. There was nothing important in earnings. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Here we go. Okay, let's see what's earnings. We got Zim. Zim already got bought out by a private entity, so Zim doesn't matter. This used to be my favorite shipping stock. If it was still going to be a free float stock, this would have been a great Israeli shipping company to get, but because it's already bought out, it's going to be stuck at $30. I think it's not going to change. So this is out. Can't use Zim. Can't talk about it. We got Fuel Cell, FCEL, maybe some green energy one. Maybe that'll be interesting. Hewlett Packard Enterprise. We also have Casey's. Casey's TK's favorite gas station where he buys a pizza from. CASY, I guess. Maybe that'll be interesting. I don't know. We have Chinese car manufacturer, electric car manufacturer, NIO. Coles, KSS. So one retailer. We have uranium stock here, UEC. I'll look at that. That will be good. Then we have Oracle. Oracle's the most important one. We have JOYY. I think that's a electronic vertical takeoff launch. So flying car company. Sometimes those flying car companies can be good trades, but probably not now with the whole Iran war stuff. So any kind of speculative stock like this will not be easy to trade. So this is not the time. Serve, I think that's a software company, SERV. We have Campbell's, Campbell's Soup. Who cares? Path, some other software company. Let's see. Anything else on Wednesday? Nothing. Dick's Sporting Goods. That was a fun play during COVID. I never looked at it again. DKS. This one was like pump and dump all over the place. This thing crashed 50% after earnings at one point during COVID. Adobe. I think what's his face? Big Short man. What's the guy who did Big Short? I forgot his name already. Michael Burry. I think he's bullish on Adobe for some reason. He thinks it's oversold now. So that's one software company you could watch. Everything else, no. Ulta Beauty. Oh, yes. Ulta Beauty, very important stock in the white woman ETF. So if white women ain't buying makeup and this thing crashes, yeah. I will have to analyze this with L'Oreal and all the other makeup companies. If these things are going down, recession is coming. Okay, anything else? Nope, nothing else. I think there was one. Oh, LI, and Dollar General. Dollar General, probably important. If you see Dollar General doing well, then staples companies might be the place to hide out too. Dollar General, Dollar Tree. Although those companies haven't done well so far at the end of last year into this year, they've been going down. So I haven't been interested in them again. They did well in 2022, 2023, though. They did really good. LI, yeah, is a Chinese electric vehicle company. Probably not going to be interesting right now. I don't think I want to look at Chinese stocks right now with the way it is. High oil prices is not good. It's not going to be good. That people are going to run to the dollar again, and any kind of international stock, Mexico, Brazil, Japan, even I think Japan is down 5% as I'm talking to you. So any kind of international stock is not going to be the place to be. I'm gonna go dollar cost average Lyft. I hope it goes back up to 22. Okay. Well, I haven't looked at Lyft in a while. I think they did okay in earnings. No, probably didn't. How did Uber do? Oh, okay. Yeah, this one didn't do good at earnings. Yeah, it's stuck around $13 here. Yeah, I think it's probably okay. See what happens this week. If it drops in the morning, yeah, might as well grab it. I think there's support in Lyft up here. Let me show the chart. Sure. Yeah. Might as well be good for down here. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's say tomorrow morning it goes down to 11, $10. Yeah, sure. Grab it. Yeah, I don't think it's bad. It could probably go up to 17 at least. Oh, okay. How about Uber? How did Uber do? It dropped below 81. Okay. Uber is probably only good if it gets to 60. Yeah, Lyft is probably a better play. Okay. All right. Anything else to talk about? Oh, let me play this video. So, we're going to have inflation. So, what does this guy say? I think the people at the more sensitive part of the economy, they're not going to feel very good if this oil price keeps up. So, politically, I think politicians will stop this somehow.
What's going on, guys? Um, I wanted to talk to you guys about, America is getting so expensive to live. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this because America is getting so expensive to live. A lot of people are talking about moving to other countries. Um, I mean, the government should intervene to help people out, but the government, they're not going to intervene to help people out because they don't care about the struggle of the American people. They don't care about people struggling to make ends meet. I mean, back in the day, you didn't have to make three times the rent to have an apartment. But now you got to make three times the rent to have an apartment.
All right, sorry about that. I got disconnected. Anyhow, hold on. Hold on. All right. All right. Got the Wi-Fi fixed. Okay. Let me continue on. But okay, you mentioned about SoFi. Let's see, SoFi. Yeah, SoFi I used to play, but SoFi I haven't been interested in a while. Yeah, it used to be a good stock, but a long while to me, at least in my opinion. Let me see. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, SoFi. All right, look, pull it up. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna look at the weekly chart here. Let's see. I used to play this thing. I guess in 2024 I played it, but I haven't looked at it again. I mean, I know you got that April dip, but then I put everything into semiconductors, so I didn't look at it anymore. But you can see this flag I was drawing here. It looks like I was watching SoFi at one point, but once we had that huge dip in April, I guess I just forgot about it. So, whew, man, yeah, okay at 18. I guess it's okay here. If it hits 15, yeah, maybe it's a good play. You could probably do 15. It might be, yeah, it might be good. But 18's okay, decent. It's so let's see, by 30 by now. No, it's gonna take a while. But yeah, if you really want SoFi, try to see if it gets to 15. But if you can't wait, sure, get it at 17 or somewhere here. Yeah, fine, that's fine. But this is kind of like a finance stock, so maybe that it's better to wait for the Fed chair. What's up, Woody? Long time no see. Woody Johnson, 2077. All right. Okay, let's continue with the Savvy Guy. Savvy Guy presentation. America's too expensive.
What's going on, guys? Um, I wanted to talk to you guys about, America is getting so expensive to live. So I wanted to talk to you guys about this because America is getting so expensive to live. A lot of people are talking about moving to other countries. Um, I mean, the government should intervene to help people out. But the government, they're not going to intervene to help people out because they don't care about the struggle of the American people. They don't care about people struggling to make ends meet. I mean, back in the day, you didn't have to make 3 times the rent to have an apartment. But now you got to make 3 times the rent to have an apartment. It's getting to the point where you got to be rich to live. You got to be rich to live nowadays. Uh, you know, um, working, working a regular profession, a regular career, just not gonna cut it nowadays. It's not. And I truly believe that the government should reach out to help folks because it's not getting no better out here. It's getting harder year by year. I mean, the way people got to work, the way people got to grind. Like I'm using this automotive career as a stepping stone because eventually I have some properties and that's residuals to where I could go live I could go live somewhere else. I've thought about going off the grid myself, living abroad. You know, I know a lot of guys are online talking about moving off the grid, living abroad because America is getting too expensive to live. The minimum wage is not going up, and the government don't care about the everyday working people. They just don't. It's getting hard out here. A lot of people got to go to these jobs every day. A lot of people get talked to like a POS on the job. It's a lot of stress, a lot of frustration on these jobs. It's rough out here, guys. It's rough out here. And I feel you got to use your profession as a stepping stone to get to where you want to be. That's why my game plan is I'm using this automotive profession as a stepping stone to get to the next level. You know, um, we got to do what we got to do, you know, because it's not getting any easier out here. Um, it's rough. It is rough out here. A lot of people are burnt out on these jobs, working crazy hours, working 70 hours a week. Um, there was a guy who told me he was an executive chef at Nobu. And an executive chef at Nobu, they can make $200K a year. And the hours that the guy was telling me that he's working is just ridiculous. But that's how people got to work in order to survive nowadays. And it shouldn't be that way. This is why I truly believe people need to use their profession as a stepping stone to get to the next level. Whatever profession you're doing, you use that income to fuel your entrepreneurship dream. Because see, that entrepreneurship dream, having those properties, that's residual. That's going to get you the life that you want. That's going to free you financially. Because my dad's buddy was even talking to me about All you need is 5 properties. That's my dream, to have 5 properties. He was telling me all you need is 5 properties. That's residual income to where you don't have to work anymore. You go live somewhere else, have your home somewhere else. And that's what people need to be doing with their profession. You use that income to fuel your dream, you know? Because it's not, because you can't work forever. Like my dad's buddy was even telling me, you can't work forever. You're not gonna be able to work forever. Your body not gonna let you work forever. You're getting older. And the fact that we're all getting older, we're getting closer to the grave.
Okay, okay. Hey, what's up, Rose? Hey, Texas girl. What's up? What's up? So he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. Yeah, what's up, Peaksy Poo? His ghetto's points of view. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. So, when I worked in tech, there's a short window where you're actually really good. And what I did was hardware engineering, right? It wasn't software. If you're a software guy, your brain is not getting any sharper. You got to really think about it. It's exactly like an athlete. Like, you better move up the corporate ladder where you become like an executive eventually, like a director level or executive. So you just manage people by the time you're like late 30s. If you don't feel like that's the game for you, I didn't want to be a boss. I looked at my boss and he looked miserable. And I looked at the directors, they looked miserable. Everybody over there looked miserable. I'm like, I just want to be a stupid little engineer forever and just use the stock market to make my money and get the fuck out. That's it. I ain't playing this rat race where I have to stay up all day and call Mumbai, India and freaking Shenzhen, China all day and night just to get things moving. So, um, you know, this is a fair thing to do. You should always be planning ahead. I don't think you want to be in the corporate rat race if you're in the white collar field. So this applies everywhere, not just like what he's talking about here. If you're a chef or doing construction or whatever, you always want to save your capital. And stock market is an engine that can help you in that way. I think that's something you should consider. That's why I do these shows, because that's how I always plan to get out and retire early. I didn't want to do this for the rest of my life, because now I'm slow, and if you put me back in the workplace, I'll be like, oh damn, look at all these kids. They can code better. They can make things faster. They know how to use AI. You think you can compete with them? Nope. So, When I got there, most people were boomers. I was like the hot shot, right? I could code and things faster and do things way better than they can, do things efficiently and more productive. Although I just hide it. I just say like, oh, I'm just as slow as you all. So that way I could just chill. If you tell people that you could finish jobs faster, guess what? You get more jobs. You get more work. You don't tell them that. Yeah.
I wonder, do they work in the afterlife? Do they have to go punch a clock in the afterlife? I'm pretty sure they don't. But I'm just saying, guys, whatever profession you're doing, you gotta let that profession is supposed to fuel your dream, your entrepreneurship goals, whatever they may be. Because slaving away on these jobs, man, it's just burning people out. And you got a lot of people that's burnt out, working 70, 80, 90 hours a week, 50 hours a week. I mean, and you got a lot of people, they busting they behind on these jobs, grinding like a slave, and they can't afford nothing. It's one thing if you grinding and you working all this overtime and you can afford to live. But a lot of people, they working all these hours and can't even afford to live. And if you got a solid profession and you making a decent income and you can't afford to live, that's a problem. All you can do is pay bills and sit at home and watch a movie. Sit at home, watch TV. I mean, after you've paid all your bills. I mean, that is ridiculous. It is getting impossible to live nowadays. And perhaps that is the option for a lot of people, to go overseas, go to a different country to live, because America is just getting unbearable. When you got to make 3 times the rent to afford an apartment, that is insane. You got to grind like a dog just to be able to have a place to stay. It's sad because when I back in the 90s, it wasn't that way. You didn't have to make no 3 times the rent. I don't believe it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe it was that way. And things was a lot cheaper back in the 90s. It is just too expensive to live nowadays, guys. It's too expensive to live, and that is creating a big amount of stress on a lot of people. How expensive it is to live nowadays. And the way people got to grind and bust their behind to live. And the government, they just sitting back, chilling, drinking a glass of Armand de Brignac or drinking a glass of Rothschild. They don't care about the struggles of people. They don't care about people getting burnt out on these jobs, working these crazy hours, and can't afford nothing. Paying all these bills, can't afford to even do nothing else. Can't afford a vacation, can't afford to go out to eat, can't afford to treat yourself to nothing nice. It's sad. And the government could step in to help, but they won't. Because it's all about the wealthy staying wealthy and the poor staying poor. That's what it's all about. And it's sad. It's really, really sad. And this is why I truly believe that people need to use their profession's income to finance their big dream. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Whatever profession you're working in, use that income to finance your dream, to finance your business venture, because that's what's going to save you. That's what's going to free you from this crazy, vicious work cycle. Because no one wants to go to work every day. You got people who dread it like hell when Monday comes. They dread it like hell because they know they got to go grind again. They got to go bust their behind once again. You know? And I just feel like going overseas, leaving the country, that's a good option for a lot of us, leaving this country. That's a good option for a lot of people because the way people got to work and bust their behind is just ridiculous. So I don't blame people for going overseas. If I was wealthy or if I had the resources to do so, I probably would consider going overseas to live. Getting out of this country because it is too expensive to live here. But I wouldn't just up and move to a different country. I would at least go visit first to see how you like it, see if you could adapt to that way of life. I wouldn't advise nobody to just leave America and go to a foreign country because you don't know how it's going to be over there. And you don't know if you're going to be able to adapt to that system. But something's got to give here in America because the way people got to work, the way people got to bust they behind, life is becoming unbearable here in America. It's becoming unbearable to live. But you guys make sure you rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this.
All right, that's Savvy Guy. Savvy Guy. You can check the link in the description. Go to YouTube, have it on the description there. Now, I don't think you can escape inflation if you go overseas at this point. Of course, when you do the currency conversions and people's standards of living are a lot lower in some countries, yeah, sure, but you aren't going to fully escape inflation. What we see here with oil affects everybody. Let's look at the gasoline futures, the RBOB futures. So since the Christmas, gasoline is now up 86% on the gasoline futures. So it was around $1.70. Now it's $3, close to $3.20. right now. So yeah, good luck. If any Republican wants to survive midterm elections, you better make that thing go down. You are fucked for real. So yeah, you're fucked. You're real fucked now. That's all they care about. Let's look at the oil price. I mean, gas prices right now as we sit here. National average is $3.45. So it hasn't fully taken into account those oil futures. Oil futures up 85%. Guess what? National average is going to go up to $4 to $5 by summer. Okay, oil futures meaning like the future price of gasoline, and we haven't felt the pain yet. California now at $5.16. Good times for me. Good times for me. Let's look at the cheaper places like Louisiana and Mississippi. Still at 2.98 and 3. All right. Let's see how it looks in the summer though. Yeah, and if you're the Thorpes here, guess what? Rhode Island's at $3.30 for gasoline. I don't know about diesel. I'm thinking diesel's more than gasoline usually, right? Nowadays. So, yeah, you ain't driving nowhere on that fucking thing. Okay, what's up, Ugg on YouTube? What's up? We're doing the gas prices. I think this summer is going to be painful as fuck. And I think Ruby's going to learn to drive a car for the first time, right? Connecticut's at $3.33. This ain't going to be fun. TK over here, North Dakota, $3.02 or $3.03. All right. Yeah, there we go. Illinois, $3.50. Average price. Right there. Jeremy's over here. Look, what about Dead Man? $3.11 for Texas. Yeah, diesel used to be cheaper. Diesel ain't fucking cheap, especially in California. You're getting real fucked over. That's why most truckers don't even want to go to California. You got the 55 a mile speed limits on all the freeways for truckers, and you got that expensive diesel. Yeah, nobody wants to work over here if you're a trucker. You'd rather stay down here in the southeast. This is where you make your big bucks here. You ain't making shit over here. All right. There you go. That's why all of my groceries are always expensive. Every time I go to goddamn groceries, I'm like, what the fuck, man? Well, look at this piece of bok choy. How the hell is this thing? How the hell is this piece of crap bok choy like freaking $3 a pound? Get out of here with that shit. All right. How much in Rhode Island? It's $3.30, I think. $3.30. Yeah, $3.30 in Rhode Island. So let me look at the diesel. Look at the diesel prices. You got diesel. Do they have diesel on this webpage? Highest price for diesel is $5.80. Well, can I get a map of just diesel then? Can I change this shit? How do I change this then? Show me diesel, bitch. All right, here, diesel. How about that? Current average, national location. Let's go look at Rhode Island here. All right, Rhode Island. There we go. Let's go, Rhode Island. All right, let's look at that. See, week ago average was $3.76. Okay. Fuck. So that's min and max, huh? Is this min and max? I guess this is min and max. I don't know. Okay, I changed everything. All right, cool. All right, $3.97 a week ago. A month ago was $3.92. Now it's $4.72. Holy shit. God damn. Man, and it's not even taking into account all these oil shocks. Dude, how does Dalish afford Cali? She did a bikini car wash stream tonight. I thought she was giving up. What? She's doing fucking bikini fun? Oh, hell no. Good. Yeah, she probably was filling up her damn car and was like, damn, I need to get some simps to pay for this fuel, this tank. Yeah. Yeah, you can't survive. You gotta be mega rich to survive. There ain't no middle class in California. They all getting carved out, man. Middle class in California is basically the tech workers. Like you got to make 150 to 300K just to feel like you're in the middle class. When my parents only had to make like 60 to 80. This is nuts. And that was like just combined income 60 to 80. Now you got dual income and you need to make like what 300, 400? Hell no. Nah. Just to quote unquote be middle class. This is stupid. This is really dumb. So yeah, you got to pay that tax, that Cali tax. All right, guys. Yeah, suffer, suffer, suffer. We're all going to be suffering. Okay. Now let's go over a few charts and I'll close it out, end it with the hour. So this is let me put this chart first. Rising oil prices contributed to the last 40 years of recession. It has also contributed to stock market peaks that resulted in bear markets. 1973, 87, 94, 2000s, and 08. So if we look here, rate of change for the monthly, we can see it peaked out. And this was during the Russia crisis. Now, we haven't gotten this bad yet, so we're over here. This is current day. If Trump doesn't fix this, because this already went up to nearly 120 or some shit right now, 119. If this thing stays at 119 for the next several weeks, guess what? This line is going up and touching that blue line. Bye-bye, economy. Bye-bye. We crashed now. So that's it. Lights out stock market. Okay, for this week, this is the S&P 500. We have the bottom level at 6,475 for the JP Morgan collar. So this is where the options puts sets the lower bound. I think right now, if I look at the market, futures market, we are at 6,612. So just about here, okay, at this green area. So this is 1 sigma for the daily expected move. 1 sigma for the monthly is 6,500. So we might be going down here, okay? Let's see. What's this one? This is the SPY. So SPY ETF SPY. Maybe 650, okay, but tomorrow we might just tag 660 and then bounce. So tomorrow I'll probably trade a long, so I'll go long tomorrow temporarily. I'll buy semiconductors long, SOXL or something, and go long with that, and who knows what else. Maybe that's it. Maybe Bitcoin's doing okay right now, actually, so I might go long MSTR. Okay, so this is the volatility Bollinger Band. So the bottom one is Bollinger Band width, and I talked about this multiple times already in the last 2 streams. So when you actually have this going down, that means like we're very calm. We have very low range. That's what we've been doing this past couple months, several months. And now we are going to crash. I guess it looks like we now know which direction we're going to go. It doesn't tell you which direction we're going to go. It could have been like this. We could have pumped into the COVID-19, right? It could have been like this before we crashed. But I guess we're just crashing right now. So maybe we just crash into May. All right? I don't know. So if that's happening, then bye-bye. Look at this one for the SPY. So watch for this plus minus $22 range. So we're going to bounce from 650 all the way to 695, it looks like. So I could see tomorrow morning we go down here, we tag it, and then I just go long. So for the rest of the week, we just assume it's going to go long. I don't think we can break it right now. Oil will probably peak out, and so that's why I recommend sell your oil stuff, come back later. If you're bearish, close out your shorts, go long tomorrow, see what happens, okay, in the morning. See what you can get. I think that's what we're going to do for the rest of the week. Wait for Oracle, though. Oracle on Tuesday after the close. Maybe Oracle will make things crash through it. So if Oracle does badly and we actually break this 650 in the SPY, goodbye. Goodbye, markets. Good to know you. I don't think we need to wait for more Iran news. It's going to have to be like either one of these things going to happen. Either Oracle will be not as bad as people expect. We bounce. Trump does something. We bounce. Or everything goes badly this week and we just crash right through 650. I don't know. That's not what we expect because that's not in the statistical probability. But if we do crash, I wouldn't be surprised either and go through it. Oracle has bad news. Trump doesn't fix the issue with Iran and with the Hormuz Strait, then goodbye everything. We're just going down for the rest of the month. Okay, that's what we gotta expect here. Pay the troll toll. Yeah, pay the toll. All right, guys. That's it. That's all I gotta update you on. So you know what to do tomorrow, right? Tentatively, we go long in the morning. That's it. I don't need to tell you in the morning what to do. I think that's it. Maybe overnight things will change when the European markets open in about 3 hours and then pre-market, but I don't think so. Everything looks pretty bad right now. This thing right here will probably tag 6,500 in the morning. Okay. But I expect we have to bounce. I think this is way too much for one overnight move. Unless the oil stuff is really bad. Let's look at oil. It pulled back a bit, huh? Yeah. We peaked out. I think we peaked out on here. So let me look at XLE and XOP for you. So when I was looking at how high XLE was going, it was, what were the prices here? I go find the damn pre-market overnight prices. Pre-market's not open. This is overnight. This is from Robinhood. So I'm getting Robinhood numbers. Okay, XOP peaked out at 173, so up 5.5%. So let's see. Let me do XOP first for you. So this one, 173. Okay, so we're going to be over this level. Yeah, sell here. Okay, so Eric W., you better sell your OLU. This is already at where I expected this to go. Perfect. It landed right there. So in the morning, if it's over 171 on XOP, that means OLU should be up like what? 12 to 15%. All right, let's see. 12 to 15%. So somewhere around here, huh? What's that? $48, maybe $50 if you're lucky. But yeah, probably anything above 45, get out. Bye-bye. Get out. Come back later. See you later on OilU. So XLE is like about 4%. So 59, this one. So 59, okay. Somewhere here. Okay, let me see. Let me see if this had any old. No, I don't think so, huh? It's probably the highest it's ever been. Okay, so we don't know how high this thing can go. All right. Okay, so somewhere between that 40 something, $44 and $50. Get out. Okay, somewhere between there. It has to be between XLE and XOP. Okay, SOXX. Let's look at that. So SOXX is down 4% at the peak. Okay. So this one at 310. Okay, somewhere here. 308, 310. Buy. You buy this. Okay, we touching this purple line. Okay, buy it. So that means you go XOXL. So let's see. So if it's down 4 to 5%, let's see. Maybe it goes close to this yellow line. So $40. Okay, SOXL, $40. I'm going long. At least for 1 day, maybe 2 days. Oracle will only go bad if you think Ellison's an idiot. The thing about Oracle is because they have a lot of debt. they've been spending a lot of money for AI. They are the worst ones at it because they are spending money they don't have with cash flow. All the other companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, they have higher cash flow, so they can absorb the debt. This is why it crashed last quarter. So if you look at Oracle last quarter, that's why it got punished. It got punished because the debt, they don't believe they can service their debt. They have a lot of bonds that people think they can't pay back. That's why. So this is what happened last quarter. And this also wrecked the semiconductor market. So this was it right here. This move. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. If it drops to like 124, that's probably the place to buy. It's probably too pessimistic at that point. So maybe it'll do fine in earnings because the price is down here. Maybe even people will just run out and get down to 115, which is good because if you have a lower price and more pessimism before earnings, then the earnings doesn't have to be that good for people just to be relieved and it to go up. Yeah. So yeah, that Oracle is the troublemaker here in all of this. Oracle overspends. It's not like a Microsoft. It's not a Google. It's not Amazon. It's a smaller company. It doesn't have that many customers to make money. That's what it is. Yeah, but they have all the data. That's what he says. He always says that. I got the data. I commodified the data. Yeah. So, but you know me, I don't follow fundamentals. All I care about is people's emotions and how the market is. That's what it is. It's all about that. But anyway, so yeah. So I don't watch fundamental stuff. But anybody that wants to, yeah, you can check this out. Looks like UG on YouTube has some things here. And I did play some old Ellison clips. I had Oracle at the beginning, long time ago in the 90s. Oracle and Apple. Yeah, it was because like Steve Jobs and Larry Ellison made the most sense, but Oracle did not execute well like Apple did it? So that's the problem. You might have good ideas, but are you good at running a business? That's another problem with people. Yeah. Ideas man versus businessman. I mean, he used to be CEO, right? Now he's just a CTO. He demoted himself. He was like, okay, I let you two guys be CEOs. I demote myself. I become the CTO. So he basically said, I'm just the ideas man. You execute the company. Yeah, see? Sometimes people should just stay in the ideas lane and not be the running the company lane. Yeah. So yeah, I remember those. He had the America's Cup. Yeah, he went all up around San Francisco Bay. I know. Yeah, and I know people who know him. Yeah, or who know about him. Like, so I've mentioned stories about that guy on these streams. But as far as Oracle is concerned, that's a whole different matter. That's up to you guys to figure out. Oracle will be the big one to watch Tuesday after the close. Okay, anything else? So Sox L, I'm going. If it hits $40, I'm buying. So IGV, the IGV will be affected by Oracle. So yeah, this ETF here, I'm expecting it to recover to 96, but since we got issues tomorrow morning, I see it's down 3%. So let's see, somewhere around here. So it'll probably open around here at 84. Okay, so if you got Palantir, maybe you want to go long again. I don't know. Palantir is down just slightly 2%, so it's not being affected too much right now. At the peak, it was down 3% though. So let me see. So somewhere around here, 150. Yeah, if you want to grab Palantir at 150, that's up to you. You can use PLTU too if you want to try that. PLTU, so it's down 3%. This is going down 6. So tomorrow morning, let's say maybe $49, $50. Okay, maybe I'll go long here, but I think I'm just gonna be interested in the MSTR tomorrow. I'm just gonna go buy it. So I use MSTU or MSTX. MSTX is gonna be here at $2.30. Okay, We're gonna see how Bitcoin does, but I think Bitcoin seems to be surviving so far, so that's good. So that's good. That's exactly what you want to see. You want to see it survive this yellow zone. This is where we want to be. This is what I wanted to see. It opened, went down below, and then recovered. So it looking good to me. I guess Bitcoin's going back to 80K again. All right, guys. I'm gonna go long on Bitcoin tomorrow, and I'm gonna go long on semiconductors tomorrow, and then I'll short it again later, some other time, maybe in a couple 2 weeks. But the focus will be on oil. We're gonna have to look at oil. You cash out at the end of the day. If I'm day trading, yeah. Or if I'm swing trading for a couple days, I'll just sell a little bit and keep the rest over 2 days. If I'm doing short-term trading. Do you have millions? You said you bought. Yeah, I bought Tesla under 10. I bought AMD at $2, $3. I bought a bunch of shit. Like, it's an ongoing thing. But yeah, I don't have millions though. No. Because when I bought them, I only had tens of thousands when I was in grad school. So I got a salary when I was in grad school getting my PhD. So I didn't have buku bucks then, but I kept those positions. And then when I did get a job, I just added to whatever I could save. I just added to those positions as they went up over time. That's it. Nothing more. Some other semiconductor companies too, I got over time too. That was the area I was in, semiconductors, so I knew that area mostly. So mostly tech stuff. Yeah, mostly tech stuff. But eventually I started learning trading around 2016 to 2017. I talked about this stock, AAOI. This was the first one I started practicing trading because it's yes, what you guys call that? One of you guys called it a roller coaster stock. Yeah, it was a roller coaster stock for sure. It still is, huh? It was back at 90 something. This piece of trash stock here. Yeah, so it was here. This is where I learned to trade, from this area up here. It went up here to 98 many years ago, and then it was like, oh shit, it just crashed all the way down here. So this is a good place to practice your psychology. You see how people feel. They're hyped up. They got a lot of growth. A lot of data centers are being built. And then when the bubble pops, you're like, wait a minute, there's no more data centers being built. Oh no. And then now it's AI, go back up. So yeah, these are the stocks you practice your trading on. This is because it's all psychology. Yeah. This is like, people are just guessing what the future is on this stock, right? There's no fundamentals here because nobody knows what the fundamentals really will be in the future. This is all dependent on one customer. Once they lost that data center customer, Facebook or Amazon, I forgot which, it just went back to the normal business. The normal business is selling interconnects for cable companies. Cable companies don't grow, so the businesses don't grow. So why would this company grow? And then once you got back to AI, they're building more data centers for AI, grow again, but they still just got one or two customers, right? Amazon or Facebook, I don't know. Yeah, I'm retired. I've been retired. That's why I have time to go do this bullshit Boyd stuff. Yeah, this is my entertainment. Boring, fucking stupid pandemic and all that crap. Yeah, that's the fun part of the mentals. Yeah. Okay, guys, it's 1 hour. I'll see you around. I won't be around tomorrow morning. I think you guys know what I'm gonna do, right? Or you know what the plan is. Buy the dip, but beware the weak. We could keep crashing though if everything goes wrong. All right, by Wednesday. So be careful out there. I'll see you.